Hello everyone, my name is Janina. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, excuse my slightly melted makeup. I just came back from Hamburg Pride or like Christopher Street Day, so I sweated and so my makeup is a little bit melted and yeah, excuse that. But anyway, moving on. Today I'm bringing you a tiny and random book haul because I don't actually buy that many books, to be honest. I still read a lot on my Kindle, but sometimes I have books where I'm like, okay, I really want to own that. I really want to read that in like a physical copy, or I already know the author from other books I read by them, so it's like an instant buy because I like that author and that writing style or whatever. So sometimes I do buy books, but like I said, I tend to read a lot on my Kindle. Let me show you the few books that I bought. I bought most of these books probably in June and July, so this is kind of like a summer haul-ish video, I guess. So yeah, let's get started. The first book that I have here is The Child Thief by Brom, who is actually a artist as well, and there is art inside this book, and the cover is by the artist himself as well. So this is actually a retelling of Peter Pan, but it's a really dark retelling as far as I heard. And I read the first I think 10-15 pages of this, and the Peter Pan in this book already kills someone in the first 10-15 pages. And I think that's pretty dark and kind of cool, and I'm really looking forward to read this because I really like dark retellings of like fairy tales and lore and everything. So I'm really looking forward to read this, but it's a really dense book. So far I haven't had the motivation to actually start this, but the first few pages that I read sounded pretty cool. They were easy to read. I'm really interested in how this book is gonna play out. Then I bought Burn Bright by Patricia Briggs, which is volume 5 in the Alpha and Omega series by Patricia Briggs. If you saw my June wrap up, you know that I truly love this series, so I had to buy the last volume that is out so far, and I'm really looking forward to read this. Oh my god, but I haven't yet because I kind of want to keep it and be like, okay, this is for, I don't know, bad nights or bad days when I don't feel really great and I want to read something that I know I will truly like. So this is a paranormal romance series, and we follow Charles and Anna, who are both werewolves, and we follow their adventures and their kind of paranormal investigation, like in each book. So yeah, this is gonna be pretty cool. I think it's yeah, it's a small, tiny book, and it's I think not even 300 pages long. So I think I will read this pretty fast, and I can't wait to read this actually. So yeah, really happy that I bought this. Then I bought The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and I already own this, but in a different copy that I really did not like, so I wanted to buy a different one. The other ones that I have are in a different version, so I wanted to buy the first volume in this version as well. I already read this, I love this series, and I think you probably all know what this is about. We follow like a cast of characters, and it's a magical realism series, and it's very character driven, and it's kind of weird, but also beautiful, and I adore this. And I bought this because I really want to reread this soon, because the new book by Maggie comes out in fall, and I want to reread the series before that, so that's why I bought the first volume again in a nicer version that I like better, and it's easier to read. So yeah, I love this. I love this so much, and I cannot wait for the new series to start, or like the continuation of the series. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Then the next book that I have here is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab, and I already read this and it was okay, but I will talk more about this in my July wrap up, so watch out for that. This is mostly about two characters called Kate and August, and they're kind of like on different sides of a ongoing, not really war, but kind of like a fight between two separate like groups of people. It's set in a dystopian world where monsters roam the streets, and these monsters have like there are different categories in monsters, and they all have kind of different skills to kill people. That's at least what I understood. And one of the characters that we follow is actually not human, and we follow him, how he struggles with not being human, but actually really truly wanting to be human. And then we have the other character who is human and tries to fight against humans and wants to kind of destroy them. And yeah, they're like really on different ends, but they obviously, of course, they come together and have to work together. And that's like how this book plays out. But like I said, I will tell more in my reading wrap up. And yeah, it's always hit or miss with Victoria Schwab for me. I don't know what's that about, but yeah. Anyway, I bought this, I read this. Next book. Then I have here Recursion by Blake Crouch, and I also already read this and I loved it. This was incredible. I read this in 2 days. Oh my god. It's a science fiction thriller book as far as I understood, or as like I felt like it was a science fiction thriller book. And we follow two characters. One of them is a scientist who invents a machine that makes it possible to go back in people's memories. And I don't want to tell you more because this is a thriller, and if I tell you too much about it, you will not want to read this. It was incredible, super fast paced. Like I said, it's science fiction, and it's kind of like there's some time travel in here. There's a lot of really bad stuff happening in this book, but it was amazing. Loved it. I also read Dark Matter by Blake Crouch, and I loved that as well. So that's why I bought Recursion, because I kind of knew I would also like this. So yeah, great. Then I bought A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Camera, and I just read this. I finished this like I think at the beginning of the week, and this was incredible. I really liked this and I really enjoyed it. It's a retelling of The Beauty and the Beast, but with a lot of twists that you would not expect of a Beauty and the Beast retelling, in my opinion at least. And I really liked this. I liked the writing. It was easy to follow. Not like the most amazing prose that you've ever read, but it was easy to follow. It was fast paced. I like the characters in this book a lot, and especially the beast felt like a really different kind of beast that we know from like the traditional Disney movie stuff. So I really love this. I really want to read more fairy tale retellings, or just in general retellings of old stories, and I'm really looking forward to the sequel that will come out in January next year. And that surprised me, to be honest, because I really was not expecting to like this as much as I did. But that's great. I loved it, and I cannot wait to read the next book. And look at that spine. Isn't that amazing? That's a really nice spine, right? Yes. And the last book that I have here is Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. Yeah, Rogerson. I bought this because so many people are raving about this, and it's like their new favorite book of the year, and they loved it. And it was kind of cheap for a hardcover. I was really surprised, so I bought it, and I was like, let's just hope that I like it. And to be honest, I cannot tell you what this is about, which is not that great, but wait, let me check. I do know that it's a fantasy book, like a young adult fantasy book, and it's I think about books that turn into monsters or something. I'm not so sure. I know it's about like books or something, and about, like I said, fantasy and magic stuff, and yeah, it sounded good. I'm hoping I will like it, so I will let you know, obviously, and I will read this probably very soon. So yes, this is the last book that I bought, and yeah. These are all the books that I bought in the past 1 to 1.5 months. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will do book hauls here and there in the future, I think, but not that many, because like I said, I don't buy like a lot of books, because I have so many I still need to read, and it just overwhelms me if I have too many books around me that I haven't read yet, because I just don't feel like picking them up anymore, because they're just getting more and more and more. So yeah, Anyway, I hope you're all doing great, and I hope you're all having a good evening wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!